I would like to call on stage from Facebook, Evan Beard, who is the head of Facebook Developer Network. And so, Evan, if you're here, can you join us on stage? Welcome, Evan.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So here, it should be all set. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Evan.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. It's really fantastic to be here. I spend a lot of my time speaking with developers and partners, and it's really an honor to be able to speak with all of you. I want to spend a bit of time talking about Facebook, about Facebook Connect, about identity, and about where we see the future going. So Facebook was started just 5 years ago by a 19-year-old named Mark Zuckerberg in his college dorm. And he had a simple idea: give people a better way to fulfill a core human need, connecting. And these people started with just a few thousand students who were given a basic tool to connect in a trusted and private environment. However, students weren't the end. They were just a starting point. And giving people a way to list their name, classes, and add one photo so their classmates could find them was just our first take at helping people connect. Facebook's growth is now quite well known. We have now more than 350 million active users coming to the site almost every single day to connect with what's important to them. And while the core activity on the site hasn't changed, the user base has. As recently as 2007, just 2 years ago, over 70% of our users came from inside the United States. Today, we're very happy to see that that number has flipped, and over 70% of our users are from outside the United States. Facebook is now helping the entire world connect. The connections that Facebook enables aren't just between people, but are between people and objects, ideas, companies, places, anything really. And increasingly, these connections are helping our users build an accurate and authentic representation of their identity. If you think about who I am, how I would introduce myself, for example, you will find that I'm easily represented by a series of connections. My name is Ethan. I went to school at the University of Pennsylvania. I'm married to a wonderful woman named Wei. I like President Obama. I support a great education nonprofit called Donors Choose. I love Radiohead. I love red wine, preferably the last two of those together. I'm connected to each and every one of these things on Facebook. And this simple introduction, similar to countless that you hear every day, illustrates how the core structure of the graph underlying Facebook helps me represent my identity. This identity at Facebook is at the center of a shift towards the web becoming less anonymous and more social, less about information and more about people. And we believe this fundamental shift will propel the web for a number of years towards more personalized experiences that are intertwined explicitly with people's real lives. If the social graph allows our users to represent themselves in a way they control and trust, Facebook platform is the way in which we're opening up the social graph for others to build upon. There's an African proverb which states, if you want to go fast, travel alone. But if you want to go far, travel together. And while Facebook's growth is remarkable, what's most important is that we didn't get there by going alone. We built a platform, a way for people, developers, businesses, entrepreneurs, people just like you in this room, to build new and innovative ways for people to connect with their friends. This platform started in 2007, and this platform is our future. We don't aspire to only be a website. We aspire to be a technology that people use to connect with the things they care about wherever they are. We want to go very far, and we want to travel together with partners just like you. While Facebook has grown from a site focused on US colleges to a truly global site, our platform has been expanding from a tool for building applications inside Facebook.com to a tool for the broader web through Facebook Connect. And this year, we extended Facebook Connect to the mobile web and to devices such as the iPhone and the Xbox. This year, we also introduced a series of widgets to make it easier to integrate Facebook Connect onto your website. These widgets have had very quick adoption. One of them, the Fanbox, is now having over 15 billion impressions a month on our partner websites. And this fast growth shows that people are looking for ways to connect with the brands, peoples, and companies they care about, not just on Facebook.com. In the 2.5 years since we've opened up platform for developers to build apps, we've seen our developers grow from 2 guys in a garage to companies with hundreds of employees generating hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue, building almost exclusively on Facebook. And while the press loves to write about the death of the Facebook platform, our platform applications have matured and developed in ways we never could have imagined. Every month, there are over 250 million Facebook users using platform applications. That's more than 70% of our user base touching our partners. Over 500,000 applications have been built by our 1 million developers. And remarkably, more than 300 applications have more than a million users. That's 300 Facebook applications with more than 1 million people going to them every single month. We continue to be impressed by the success of our application developers have clearly found in such a short time. Let's look at one specific area of success. It makes a lot of sense now, but we didn't predict that gaming would become such an important vertical when we first introduced platform. Social gaming has revitalized an industry facing flat growth and skyrocketing development costs. Companies like Playfish, Playdom, Zynga, and many others quickly engaged users and grew in ways that made it clear that a mainstream audience enjoys connecting with their friends through social games. And now we've seen traditional gaming companies jumping into the mix. Companies like Ubisoft, EA, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, they're all aggressively jumping into the game. And we think the fun has only just begun. In December of 2008, almost exactly 1 year ago, we launched Facebook Connect. Facebook Connect provides all the same features and technology of Facebook platform, but it's not restricted to being inside Facebook.com. Facebook Connect provides you with the building blocks to create new ways for people to represent themselves and to connect to the things they care about wherever they are. Many of you here at LeWeb, companies like Seesmic, TechCrunch, Microsoft, Yahoo, you're all using Connect to personalize your site and increase traffic and increase engagement. And it's really humbling to see what we've accomplished together over the past year. We took advantage of this opportunity to update some of the numbers we want to present to you, and we're now seeing that every month, over 60 million Facebook users are using Facebook Connect on our partners' websites, and over 80,000 websites have implemented Facebook Connect. It's now being used by more than half of the Comscore top 100, the global 100, and over 2/3 of the US Comscore 100. We're pretty excited by these numbers. We're pretty excited to have seen what all of you have done with Facebook Connect, and we really think that we're just at the beginning. It'll be pretty exciting to see what this looks like in another year. So looking at some logos on slides and showing off numbers is great, but what exactly are these companies doing? Why is everyone building on Facebook Connect? Let's take a look at some examples so we can understand a little bit more of what's going on here. The Huffington Post. I'm not sure how many of you in the room are familiar with the Huffington Post. It was launched in 2005 as a news blog and commentary site. Since then, it's become a leader in developing innovative ways to create and deliver news that has led to incredible growth and success. By embracing and taking part in the conversation, rather than simply talking at its users, HuffPost traffic has surpassed such established sites as the Wall Street Journal and the BBC. The Huffington Post has also been aggressively adopting Facebook Connect to create their social news product. Social news leverages Facebook Connect to increase traffic and engagement and create unique experiences to delight their users. Let's take a quick look at some of the key features that they have built. First off, HuffPost has taken advantage of Facebook Connect's fast and simple registration. Rather than making users jump through forms and confirmation emails in order to sign up, they let a user click once and bring their authentic Facebook identity with them. This is the fastest and simplest way to set up registration on a website. And with our recent announcement that we'll be making user email available through Facebook Connect, there is no question around user ownership. However, Huffington Post has gone far beyond simply using Connect for registration. They are tapping into Facebook to create a powerful new view into news, one that is filtered through your social graph. HuffPost users can now see what stories their friends are reading and experience and consume their news through the lens of their friends. Simple actions take on a new meaning when you use Facebook Connect. Here's a story that I found particularly interesting on HuffPost. Groom updates Facebook and Twitter at the altar. Classic. How can you not want to leave a comment when you see a story like this? Using Facebook Connect, Huffington Post allows me to quickly leave a comment with my real identity and easily share the story back on Facebook. There, my friends see the story, and the cycle of discovery and engagement continues. My identity and my friends allows Huffington Post to create a more compelling experience for me and to generate more users and traffic from Facebook. HuffPost's investment in Facebook Connect has paid off. Since launching in January of this year, Huffington Post has seen a 500% increase in referrals from Facebook. And after they implemented their social news product, the volume of comments on their site jumped by 50%. And most excitingly, over the past year, the Huffington Post has led the news category with a remarkable 50% growth in overall traffic. The Huffington Post continues to iterate and optimize on their use of Facebook Connect. We're excited to see what they'll do next. Let's take a look at another example, JibJab. JibJab launched back in 1999 as an online greeting card service. They first found success in 2000 and 2004 with some extremely viral animated videos around the American presidential elections. In 2007, they combined these two talents and let users create incredibly funny animations using their own photos. These hilarious videos have been extremely successful for JibJab and have propelled their business to a new level. This year, they integrated Facebook Connect. Let's take a look at what happens when you add friends to the mix. Again, with just a few clicks, I'm logged in using Facebook Connect, and when I do so, I bring my Facebook content with me to the site. Facebook is the largest photo site on the web, and Connect allows me to easily and quickly access all of these photos inside of JibJab. With just a few clicks, I can pull in 2 of my friends' pictures to create something strangely compelling. Let's take a look.
JibJab!
Pretty fun what can happen with just a few quick clicks of talented people like JibJab leveraging Facebook Connect. And as you might imagine, this sort of content and distribution gives a new meaning to going viral. In fact, this video that you just saw has been customized and viewed by JibJab users over 17 million times, which puts it on par with some of the most popular videos on the web. JibJab's success with Facebook Connect has prompted them to make Connect the primary method for logging into the site. And their results have been fantastic. Today, more than 80% of their users are logging into the site using Facebook Connect. And each story that these users share on Facebook drives 20 clicks back to JibJab. And more telling, while it took JibJab 8 years to reach 1.5 million registered users in the era of email, it took them only 5 months to acquire the same number of users with Facebook Connect, a doubling of their registered users in only 5 months. Really great stuff. Let's look at one last example, one a bit closer to home here. The past few years have seen a tremendous convergence of online with traditional TV and video viewing. While this was initially driven by streaming video, we're seeing more and more live video and traditional TV viewing taking place online. And social media is helping the leaders in this space innovate as well. How many people here in the room watched the France-Ireland match? At least a couple. Great match, pretty controversial. 11 million people watched that match on TF1. Many of these people were in pubs or in their homes and enjoyed watching the match with their friends and family. But there were also 120,000 people that were watching the match on TF1.fr, where TF1 has integrated the Facebook live feed. This simple yet very powerful widget lets TF1 users share their activity and comments in real time, both on TF1 and on Facebook.com. And during the match, 20,000 people updated their Facebook status from TF1.fr, where they reached approximately 2.6 million of their friends back on Facebook. Sorry. All right. We first realized the success of the live feed widget during the inauguration of President Obama back in the United States, where we saw over 4,000 status updates a minute coming in from CNN.com. Why has a live feed seen so much adoption? Because it's helping people connect and share the things they care about. It has taken watching video on the web, which is traditionally a very solitary experience, and expanded it into a rich and engaging experience that you enjoy with your friends. This is precisely the way that football was meant to be enjoyed. So where are things going in the future? At Facebook, we see a connected lifestyle being built, one that allows you to better connect with the people and things you care about on your terms, when you want, where you want. What's driving this is cross-platform integration, so you can have the same experience with your friends regardless of the device or the website that you're on. Let's take Bejeweled, one of the most popular games in the world. Today, over 10 million people play Bejeweled Blitz on Facebook.com, 2 million of them every single day. The most fun is playing against your friends to see who can get the highest score. But you shouldn't be limited to our site to play a game with your friends. By using Facebook Connect, I can now play Bejeweled on my iPhone during my ride to the airport. I can see my friends and play with them no matter where they are. My best friend from college playing on his phone, my mom on her laptop, my wife taking a break at work on her desktop. My game doesn't stop with the thousands of miles and 9 hours between us. Today, Bejeweled is a big hit on Facebook and a top 10 app on the iPhone with Facebook Connect. And it's only a matter of time until it lands on other devices, such as your game console and your TV, all integrated so you can play the same game with your friends anywhere. Facebook Connect is creating the glue that ties together your experiences no matter where you are and what device you are using. It is a ubiquitous and cross-platform social layer that lets people connect with the people and things that are important to them. We believe an essential shift is happening away from the static, information-driven web that defined the first half of this decade and to the social web. In the information web, the experience was defined by algorithms that calculate relevancy and provide an anonymous and identical experience. Now the web is about people, and you experience it through the lens of your friends. I started by showing my social graph, the mapping of all people and things I'm connected to, but it was missing a lot of my experiences from around the web. We are changing that with you. The graph is the foundation of the social web. You are all part of it. You are all mapping it. Our commitment is that we will continue to provide the technologies for our users to build and manage their identities, and for you to build compelling ways to engage your users and grow your businesses. Thank you.